In Genesis, we learn of the creation of the world and us. In chapters 1 through 11, the story is recounted thus. 2 tales of how the earth began in 1 through 2 verse 25, and then 2 tales of how we failed to live as God would have us thrive. In 6 through 10 verse 32, we stayed on that trajectory. God sent a flood to purge us since we disavowed God's glory. Unfortunately, even after this, we weren't really changed. 11 was the Tower of Babel. Groups of us became estranged. But there was hope, as we can see in chapters 12 through 50. The focus shifts to Israel and one specific family. Though they were chosen people, still their lives were hardly purely bliss. That's what we're learning as we're studying the book of Genesis. In 12, it starts when God tells Abram to go forth to a new land and promises descendants something greater than the stars or sand. But Sarai couldn't bear a child, and so has Hagar lie with him. But if you thought that there'd be no hard feelings, then you're really dim. In 16, Ishmael was born, but then in chapter 21, Sarah, who was barren, bore Isaac, her God-given son. Oh, by the way, their names are changed back there in chapter 17. As for Ishmael and Hagar, they're kicked out because Sarah was real mean. But after all this drama in their quest to have their own kid, Abraham must sacrifice Isaac to obey what God bid. But all were spared. He proved that in his offering he was not remiss. That's what we learned in chapter 22 right here in Genesis. Isaac weds Rebekah later on in chapter 24, and she bears twins Jacob and Esau, who become a real chore. Jacob buys his brother's birthright simply with a bowl of stew, and then in 27 tricks his father for the blessing too. Jacob runs away and gets God's blessing there at Bethel. Works real hard for 2 wives, fights with Laban, but it ends well. Then on his way to reconcile with Esau there in 32. He wrestles with an angel, maybe God, I can't quite tell, can you? In 35, he dies. In 37, Joseph comes along, but that has its own musical, so it's not included in this song. And though many moments along the way I know I missed, this is my basic outline of the Bible's book of Genesis.